welcome back. This is a random collection of bollocks that I've been buying. I operate a one for you, one for me policy on Christmas present buying, so it's been a busy month. I'm semi-joking, but oh my god, the things I spent money on, some of them stupid, and I regret them, but I'm going to share them with you. There is, however, some great witchy finds in here that I've recently found in charity shops, and when I tell you I laughed maniacally all the way back to the car with them, I was so happy. So stay tuned for those, but I'm going to start with the dumbest thing that I bought, which was a stupid thing that I bought. Yeah, it was this. It's so big. It's like the size of my head. So Instagram learned that I buy things from their targeted ads, and now they keep advertising me dumb shit. So this is a hydro jug. It was expensive. It has a carrying strap that normally like loops into here, but I took that off because I'm not going anywhere at the moment. But oh, there we go. It has a little straw in there too, so you can drink from it. This is a half-gallon water bottle. I saw it. This is the one that actually appeared in the ad. You can like select your colour and kind of jug, and then what kind of like koozie you want, and it has like pockets for your phone. Basically, it's a gym girl bottle, which I didn't really realise until I kind of looked at the brand on TikTok and was like, oh shit, all of the girls who have these are like, you know, wearing their leggings and going to the gym and being all active. I'm none of those things. I haven't been to the gym in a really long time because you would have to literally force me to go. But I bought it because I justified this to myself. One, I like having water around. I'm also spending a lot of time working where my mum works at the moment because I'm taking her to work. So, because she only does like split shifts, sometimes it's only for like 4 hours. I'm not driving all the way there and home and then all the way there and back again to pick her up. So I'm just staying there and doing work on my laptop. And it just made sense to have a drinking bottle. And the main selling point in the advert was that it was dishwasherable. I'd never had a dishwasherable water bottle before. I had a cheap one from like Tesco that you couldn't put in the dishwasher. I had a metal one that you couldn't put in the dishwasher, and I was getting really sick of not bothering to use it because you can't put it in the dishwasher. Now, admittedly, this is huge and takes up a lot of space in the dishwasher, but you can put it in there, and it's BPA free, which I heard is important. How much did I spend on this monolith? Well, the sleevey part, which is this like insulating neoprene, which is meant to, I guess, keep it cold but also look pretty and help you carry this thing around. That was $8.99. This is, I think, a US company, but they do have a UK website. Then the bottle itself was $16.99, which I don't think is that bad for a bottle of, you know, half a gallon size. There were cheaper ones on Amazon for like different brands, but I was committed. I did get a discount because I just used honey. I have honey, not sponsored, but you know, I fell for someone else's sponsorship. It very rarely saves me money, but on this purchase it actually did save me £2.59. So I got £2.59 off. Then postage was £4 and tax was another £4.57, but by that point I was at the checkout. I was not backing down. So in total this cost me £27.39, and hopefully it will be the last water bottle I ever have to buy. Although when you go on like TikTok and like look at Hydro Jug and look at the brand, there's girls on there with like 10 of these. I'm not even joking. It's like a cult. And that scares me. But I did see some other sleeves that I actually really liked. So, you know, if this one gets all torn up and ratty, I might buy another one. The one thing I didn't buy from them was the straw, because it was $3.99 for just a straw. And I was like, that's expensive considering how much I'm already spending on this. So I went to Amazon and I found a pack of 3 of the same straws. And they have like a special end. Hang on, I'll show you. They have, this has liquid on it, but they have this like special end part that like folds down, so when you push the bottle, like the straw in and close the bottle and you open it, it pops out so you can drink from it. They had a set of 3 of those straws plus 2 cleaning brushes and 3 caps for I think £4 on Amazon, so I just bought them from Amazon with some other person's Christmas present, so that was less expensive, and I got like 2 replacements in case it gets disgusting, which even reusable straws do get eventually. So that was my unwise purchase. And although it is pretty and cute, do I regret paying that much money for it? Yes, slightly. But there we go. Second purchase. You might have seen me talk about these in a different episode of unboxing something. But I got this from Adagio. I think I called it Adiago when I was talking about it. But they're a loose tea company that also have an American website, but again now have a UK one. And I bought these, which are white peach iced tea, because I quite like Lipton's iced tea, but I used to really like the Twinings iced tea that came in those little cardboard cartons. I haven't seen those in years. I think they maybe stopped doing them, but this seemed like a good substitute and something that I can make in my giant jug, because you steep one of these in a quart of water overnight and I can just make it in the jug and then take it with me. I'm still trying to justify the jug to myself. It's a process. So I got those just on a whim. I'm saving the witchy stuff to the end because it's the good stuff and it's going to cheer me up after talking about all the stuff that I wasted money on. Speaking of internet trends, I got sucked into the whole Clinique Black Honey debate, which is apparently a Clinique lip balm, which is about £18 and currently sold out. That looks good on everybody. It's this kind of it's just invisible pigments in a balmy substance. It's so that is a tinted lip balm. So I got some tinted lip balms because usually I go for pink, and people were talking about dupes for the Black Honey one and saying a more purpley shade is more flattering than, a pinky one. All of the dupes that I could find for it were sold out, so I had to go and find some on my own. But this is Gumdrop from CoverGirl. It's got a sticker over the name. I think it's called Oh Sugar. Yeah, CoverGirl Oh Sugar lip balm in the shade Gumdrop. It's that colour. It's pretty nice. I'm wearing it at the moment. I think it's really nice. Not wild about the flavour. It's kind of a little bit petroleum-y, Vaseline-y, but I'll deal with it. And this one, which has a much nicer taste, which is Core Balmy by Barry M in the shade Currant Bun. This one has a clear middle with the balmy stuff, and then around the edge, this one's a lot more purpley. It's just a sort of a more dramatic colour, and I've liked both of those. They were about £1 to £2 each. I bought them new on eBay. Very much enjoying them, so if you're looking for dupes for that, go grab those. On to some more witchy items. I've been hitting the charity shops around where my mum works because there's very little else to do if she's there for quite a long time and I get bored. So I got a book, which is Cinderella is Dead. I probably won't be reviewing this for the podcast, but if you remember me reviewing The Poison Heart, that was another book by this author, Kailyn Bayron. Sorry. This is, I guess, sort of inspired by Cinderella in the same way that Poison Heart was inspired by mythology. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I also got a bunch of movies for the podcast. Thank you to everyone who's been recommending them. So many of them I cannot find on a Region 2 DVD. They're all Region 1s, which I can't play. And Region 2 is just really difficult. So I'm trying to hunt down some streams, but in the meantime, I have some DVDs. So I got Witchboard 3, The Possession. This one was quite cheap to get. Witchboards 1 and 2 were expensive and only on Region 1. But I was informed by the internet that they were sort of non-sequential and could be watched standalone, sort of like the Witch House movies. So in the startling and dramatic climax, I will be enjoying this film. The special effects look terrible, so we're on to a good one. I also got The Black Magic, not just Black Magic, that one Black Magic, The Black Magic. This has a cast of actors on the back who all look vaguely like someone I've seen in other things, but I recognise none of their names. It's like they were designed by a committee. But apparently this is based on true events, and we love a based on true events. So I got that. And finally, this one's still in the This one is apparently reminiscent of the Vampire Diaries. It's just called Coven. And it's about witches. I think the other two are more about like magic and Ouija boards, but this one's definitely about witches. It has witchy pictures on the back, so we're going to be watching that and seeing what that's like. And then, oh, okay, I have one more new item actually. I bought some more stuff from the Blob Stop shop. I did a small business haul on this shop before, and it's the reusable pads. And in that video, I think I just assumed that you would put the plain side up. And I literally didn't believe it when someone said that you would put that side up, because I was like, why? Why would I pay for pads made with pretty fabric and then ruin it inevitably with bloodstains? But that is correct, so apologies. I still don't entirely get it, but I have been using the ones that I bought on and off for like sort of mid flow days, like not heavy, because I don't necessarily trust them with that, because they're not very long or very wide at the ends. But I could not resist these new spooky Halloween prints. Absolutely love those, and I haven't really had any issues with using them, like washing them and reusing them. They're fine, they're holding up really well. I just wanted some extra ones so that I don't have to use regular pads as much. Now, the two charity shop finds. So the first things were some crystals, and I love getting crystals in charity shops because it just seems a little bit more ethical. Like buying a used crystal, even if it was originally mined like unethically and somebody like bought it from an unethical shop, if you're buying it used, that's like reusing. It's not creating demand for more mined crystals, in my view, and it's not supporting like that business directly. So I got these from Age UK. They had this great big basket of crystals, and I picked out 3 lovely amethysts. This was £1.99, quite a big piece. I like this giant point on it. This one was 99p. I think this one does need a bit of a wash, it's quite dusty. But yeah, fairly large chunk. My mum had a chunk like this for ages, which I still have in my witch box, which she paid about £5 for in a crystal shop. And then finally this one, which looked a little bit weird. It kind of looks like a sea anemone. So it's got lots of little points, and then these sort of main cluster. £1.99 again for this giant chunk of amethyst. I think that maybe the New Age shop nearby had a clear out, because they had like a great big basket of crystals. When I went back there to see if they still had any, they had all sold. So someone got there, but I did get all of the amethysts, and I love amethyst, so I'm really excited about that. It's like literally a huge amount of crystals. So that was going to be the biggest, excitingest find of the video, and then the other day happened. So there's one charity shop which is like really far away from the others, and I never usually go in there because it's so expensive. Like, for context, like a lot of charity shops have become more expensive over the years, especially like in COVID times, because I guess they're just not getting as much foot traffic and they need to keep paying the rent on the shop, so they have to sell stuff for more money, and I get that. But this place has been expensive since before then, and like they would sell old Wii games for like, you know, a console generations back for £5, and their books were like £2.50 each for a used paperback, and their bric-a-brac is usually really expensive. Just for example, I found a sort of plastic like PU leather iPad case in there, like a used iPad case. They wanted £5 for it. I feel like if you were buying that on eBay, you'd expect to pay maybe like £1 and then postage. And this is like in a shop, so I don't have to pay postage. But anyway, I saw something in the window, and I never usually ask about stuff in the window. And I thought it was going to be really expensive, and I was like, I will pay £10 for that. And when she like got it out the window to show it to me, and she was like, it's... And I was like, oh, she's going to say £16. I will pay £16 for it. I don't care. I love it. And then she said it's £6. And I literally nearly pushed her to the ground and took it from her because it's the cauldron of my dreams. It's so big. I think this was like a plant pot or something, but now it's a cauldron. It's huge. Like, it's huge. And it's £6. And I literally skipped with this down the high street, like straight back to the car. Like, I've got a lovely cauldron, and I must have looked questionable. But it's just really nice. It's got this kind of like dimpled pattern around it. It was £6, and the bottom is still quite shiny. It's like a one-off charity shop, so that's why I'm covering it. But it's still quite shiny. I've ordered some pink stuff, which TikTok informs me is good for cleaning metal, so I can give it a good scrub. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, because I currently use my little iron cauldron for, like, my voice goes funny when I talk into it. For burning things, I wouldn't want to do that with this one. I think this one would be more of like an outside type deal if I was doing like a big thing outside, which I currently can't do, but hopefully when we move. Or it could be just a nice decoration, put some firewood inside it and put it by a fire. It would look lovely. But it's gorgeous and it's mine now, and that's all that matters. We're very happy together. So yeah, you can find such good stuff in charity shops. And literally just the last week I found this. I found bumper loads of crystals, which I should have bought all of at the time, and I will not make that mistake again. But yeah, this was like my find of the week, and it was only slightly soured by the fact that I got back to the car and found a parking ticket on it, which I am fighting because I did not deserve it. So that nearly ruined it, but cauldrons. That's not actually the last thing, because I've just noticed something that I put over here so I'd remember it, and then I put a bunch of stuff on top of it. So excuse me for one moment. It's this. And apparently at some point this was 50p, probably in a charity shop. I paid £3 for it from eBay. I'm not mad about it because it's like £6 on Amazon. So it was still cheaper, and I didn't have to buy something from Amazon. Oh, that sticker rip though. Not satisfactory. That's a hate crime. So this is like, kind of looks like a vintage exercise book. It has a slight bit of damage to the corner, but it's a reading record book, and I've kind of wanted to get one of these. I think I have one on the Amazon wish list for the podcast, just because that's where I put anything witch related that I might want to buy, as well as like books and stuff that obviously if you wanted to you could buy and send. But I bought this one just because it was ridiculously cheap on eBay, and it has all of this information. So you've got like obviously like title, what format it was in, why you read it, what your rating was, and it gives ratings for plot, characters, ease of reading, and then overall smiley face rating. And you know, publication date, publisher, I probably wouldn't fill that in to be honest, but the author. I use Goodreads a lot, and it's where I go back to like search for books that I've read. But I would find it really helpful to have the ability to write notes as I read books, especially when I'm trying to review books on Kindle. Because when I'm reviewing like a paper book, I will just fold down corners and maybe write little post-it notes and stick them in so I remember what to talk about. But with a Kindle, you really can't do that. You can add notes, but it's just laborious to try and read. There's some sort of traffic incident happening. But yeah, I just thought this would be really helpful with book reviewing and keeping a record of what I'm reading. And it goes up to, I think, 100 books, which is usually like a goal for the year that I set on Goodreads to try and read. And then at the end, there's just some like random stuff. So there's like the big read, top 100 voted fiction books. I'm assuming when this came out. There's a lot of Harry Potter on here. I'm not reading those again because reasons. But yeah, there's a whole list of books to work your way through, a loan record of where you borrowed books from, notes, so I guess you could put down books that you were planning to read. So yeah, I just thought this would be super useful for me. It even has like a ranking quick reference list at the front, so you can fill in for each page what book it was. So if you wanted to remember something, you could go read it. According to this, this is the Smart Book Antique Reading Log. which you can probably search up. Like I said, it was on Amazon, it was on eBay. You can get lots of different ones of these. So that's what I have been buying recently. I'm going to bring the cauldron back for the outro. It's so big. That's what I've been buying recently. I hope you guys are enjoying the sort of just random chatty what I've been buying videos, because they're kind of fun to do, and it also means I get to show you guys thrifted stuff and not just like unboxings of new stuff. So it's good for expense wise for the channel, because the channel doesn't make me any money, I just do it for fun. So yeah, it's just nice to do, and I get to share things like this because let me tell you, no one else was excited for me about this pot, and I feel like witches just get it, you know? But it's so cute. And in the meantime, I'm going to go drink some juice from my incredibly expensive water jug and pretend that I'm being healthy and edit some stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!